All right. Welcome back for some real ass talk. Even though this is real talk corner, we're going to be reacting to some videos today. And today I just got like a bunch of random ones that we had looked at and kind of threw at each other from TikTok. I think on some other ones I'll get a little bit more savvy if we have like a theme, but I just grabbed like a bunch of them that are just outlandish any fucking way. And I was like, why not talk about this shit? So just I know last time I gave like a little intro of who I was. I don't know if you want to do that or not. That's up to you.
I mean, just me, Sabrina, co-hosting.
We will have this down. One we'll be doing this and then we'll have like a whole setup and it'll be all like scripted and shit, I guess. Um so the first person we're gonna watch is this Jeffrey Marsh. I think it's Marsh character. Um which is really a pedophile to me. If you ask me, this fucker is a pedophile. I really, really feel he's a pedophile. Um, I don't even know how he gets away with half of this shit that he does, but we're going to listen to it.
I want to talk to kids. Parents watch the video, hand the phone over to the young kids. Hi there. I get asked a lot, are you a boy or a girl? And I love that question. And so I wanted to just tell you, sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl. Sometimes we're something else. Sometimes we're both. Sometimes we kind of float.
All right. So one thing I just got to say, his whole dress up is cross dresser. Like that's the feel you get. And there's nothing wrong with being a cross dresser, but I think the problem is what people are saying because this he's gone like viral, and I think what people are saying it is the why is there so much attention to kids?
Right.
Like why aren't you your attention to adult males who are similar to you? Why is this like story time with kids and shit? Is the weird part, and that that's the part I'm like,
Right. Addressing, trying to get the attention of children. I
right.
mean, he do look like a clown, but I'm just saying.
All his videos, all his videos, it's like,
in between, and sometimes we're a boy, sometimes we're a girl, because human beings are creatures and we're wild and exciting. But I want to ask you a favor. If you see a kid like me or an adult like me, would you be extra nice to them? Would you do me a favor and be very, very kind? Yeah, like anybody, you're lonely. And so if you're kind to us, it would be really, really important.
Why do I get dating app intro or some shit? Like, I don't know. I get, like, if you notice, his whole tone got all, sensual, but you're talking to children?
right. That's the creepy part about it is you like, who are you addressing here? Like, who is this video really for?
Exactly.
Because what kids are watching this shit? I get it, and there's nothing wrong with gay people. There's nothing wrong with transgender, cross gesture, whatever the fuck you want to do as an adult. But the targeting kids to make them feel better, like most of these kids, they only confused because you guys are fucking making them confused.
Exactly. Like you said. I mean, kids are asking, is that a boy or a girl? Because they don't know. You're dressing, you look like a man because you do,
Right.
but you're in women attire. Of course, they're going to ask, is that a boy or girl? I mean, that they're children.
Right.
They're trying to figure it out themselves.
And you confusing the fuck out of him, like, no, I'm nothing.
No, he said, sometimes I'm a boy, sometimes I'm a girl. That is not the answer a child is looking for two. Like I said, his whole tone changed. It sounded like a dating app introduction. If you
Right.
notice, he was talking, kind of a little loud, and then it went real sensual. Treat us right, like kind of playing a victim.
Right. It
Like
just
trying to get someone to feel sorry. And I mean, children. What is the easiest way? Children feel sorry for people, and it definitely is some kind of, how can I say? It looks like, the van when they pull up and they're like, "Can you help me look for my dog?" type
right.
of thing.
Got
That's
some
what I get
candy in
from.
here.
Right.
There was a and it's real shit. This is like real shit. I think I was like 7 or 8. Maybe I was 8. And we lived in this like apartment complex where there were like a few apartments in a row and they were across from each other. So you saw the people, and there's like a little courtyard in between. And it was me and a few of my friends that were just right. We lived upstairs. We were right downstairs and we were in our circle. I remember us being an Indian style circle and we're just playing. And this guy in a fucking wheelchair rolls up and he just starts touching on one of the girls. Like his hand goes up her skirt. We don't know what the fuck to do. We're just like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck do you do? And then
Right.
like some of them broke off and like ran. And I was standing there like I didn't know what to do because like my stairs was right there, but then he was in front of me. So it was like, can't go up my stairs. And I was just standing there like, what the fuck is this dude about to do to my ass? Luckily, and this is just how sometimes you're just fortunate. The lady upstairs had seen him and came out and was yelling at him and he like took off. And then like my dad like came down and they like chased him. And of course they caught him and shit, but it's that creepy vibe of,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Oh,
Exactly.
and that's how that guy was. I remember it was so creepy trying to act like he was like our friend, but your intentions were not to be our friend, and we all fucking knew that real quickly. But as kids, you are gullible, and you are so open to be targeted by these people, and it's like, dude, just concentrate on the fucking adults. There's enough adults for you to have a nice following, and he has tons of
Exactly.
people that are following, which is just distasteful.
I'm sure there's more adults who he will have in common than with children. Because to me, like I said, it sounds like he's trying to play the victim. He's trying to make them feel sorry, like, be kind. So then the whole bully could think. So if it's a child who's being bullied,
Right.
I can relate to him because but he's an adult. It's a difference. He's
It's
an
like,
adult.
who's bullying you? Like, what, people online? Everybody is big bad online. Who fucking cares about the people online? Everybody is an online gangster. Like,
Right.
who cares? It's like, no, it's just creepy. It's another one about him that is I'm gonna play. This is the last one I'm gonna play about him because he's just creepy as hell.
He's
I'm
definitely
sorry. He's creepy as hell. And my thing is, parents, you guys, please stop just giving your kids these TikToks and then all of these things and just letting them go ham on here. Like, please do better about that. This is the problem. You got people out here that are trying to get your kids. They are definitely after your children, and you have got to see it for what it is and be more responsible for your children.
exactly.
Um,
And you know how TikTok do. You watch one video, they're going to keep showing you that same creator. So
right,
if a child happens to come across one of his videos, it's now going to come on their For You page with multiple videos.
right, right. And it's like, wait, what? Like, what are we really doing here? So yeah, y'all. I just I just can't with these. The crazy thing is I do so much research for the podcast and now for this segment that we're doing. And watching a lot of this shit just turns my stomach because when you disassociate yourself as an adult, you ain't got to worry about this shit. But then you come back into society and you're like, what the fuck is really going on out here? And I feel bad for the people who just don't give two shits and just let their kids hang out on all of these damn social media. I really commend my daughter for though these boys are 10 and they do not have social media. They don't have phones, they don't have Facebook, TikTok, any of that shit. They only have their game systems, and that's really regulated. She regulates that a lot. So it's like I commend her for that, because this shit right here, you have these pedophiles just creepy as fuck. But let's watch.
The reason we feel uncomfortable with this individual talking to our children and why.
Your parents screwed up.
We see him trying too hard to look happy, cheerful, and lighthearted while talking to kids about adult things. It's as if he's wearing a mask that's hiding an ulterior motive we can't quite put our finger on.
I coach a lot of people one-on-one who want to go no contact with their parents and cannot bring themselves to admit it.
As parents, our spider senses are tingling. Subconsciously, we feel he's masking.
He just said,
Wow. Right.
he coaches a lot of people that want to go no contact with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Just catch that? Did like
No, yeah. Oh yeah.
I hope you guys just caught that. Who are you coaching? Whose kids are you coaching?
Exactly. And keyword kids. Because it's for, let's just be honest, as an adult, if we want to detach ourselves from our parents, we know how to. We're adults. So it's obvious these are children he's coaching to do this.
It can't be adults, because adults don't need no one to coach them how to disassociate. I mean, well, maybe there's some crazy situations out there, but he's not targeting adults.
Exactly.
He got the good. In the crazy, the other thing is, there's not a lot of little boys, I think, that are going to watch him. There's more girls. And there's girls have more issues with their body, with their image, who they are, if they're tomboys and all of those things they got going on. So who's more than likely to get sucked into this dude's and I'm sorry, I don't know his fucking pronouns, and it is what it is. But
which is like even worse, because if it is young girls, he can't relate to a young girl. He was never a young girl.
No.
You know what I mean? So he wouldn't be able. Who you coaching? How are you? Who made him a professional to teach someone how to? Right. And like I said, yeah, that when he said that was just so weird to me, because we go through life trying to fix bonds that are broken with our parents, right. Not create, a way of, I don't know. It just sounds so negative when it's nothing. Nothing sounds positive of what he's saying he's doing.
Right. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people like him right now that have these social media platforms that are targeting kids to make them feel like they don't need their parents. And there's a reason why you have parents, right? Otherwise, we would do like other species. There's species that fling their little young out in 2 days old, right? And it's like, bye. But there's a reason why we don't. There's a reason why we have them longer. There's a reason why we're supposed to care and nurture for them and be the guide. And you have people like this that are trying to separate children from their parents. And it's crazy if you think of when 2020 happened, right? A lot of parents got eye-opening views of how shitty the school systems were, right? So then parents start saying, wait, what the fuck is going on at these schools? Like, what are you guys really teaching? I even remember me and my daughter, because the boys were home, was like, are they even learning anything? Like, what are they doing in these classes? And so if you've looked at how they've broken the families apart, moms and dads got to work. So now you don't have mom or dad at home. And then you got your kid in this public school with these teachers that feel that the parents' rights end at the door of the school. Where the fuck did that ideology come from?
It's just, it's weird, because like, we know parents, we're parents. That's the role of we are not friends. And that's the way I think a lot of it mess up in a lot of children. have the I don't like my parents. But you're not meant to like us. We
No,
are parenting. We are meant to parent.
right.
Not
Not to be.
we're not meant for you to like us. It's
I
for
think
us to
the
tell you
best
what you don't
friend,
want to hear.
right? I think the best friend aspect of your children comes when they're older because now they see life differently. You know what I mean? But when they're kids, you cannot be their best friend. You can be support. You could be like, look, you can come to me with literally everything, but I'm not just going to placate what you're saying. I'm not just going to be like, oh, sweep it under the rug.
Hmm.
We're not just going to, do those things. So I feel like if your kids don't like it, you're doing your fucking job because you're not supposed to be their best friends. I get it. You want your kids to love you and like you, but they're not because kids want to do whatever they want to do in that moment. Does that mean it's okay? Does that mean it's right? Does that mean if you're, just like these life decisions, we won't let them get a tattoo until a certain age. If you're under, I think it's like 16, 17, you got to go and get a
Hmm.
parent signature, right?
Hmm.
You can't get piercings until a certain age without a parent signature. You can't legally do some things until 18. Now they've pushed up a lot of things to 21, drinking, gun licensing. You can't rent a car till you're 25. But kids should have decisions to disown their parents?
Right. And then you have to say, how are they doing this coaching?
Right.
'Cause how? Because it's trust and believe. We know the parents ain't aware.
Right. Look
So
at
it
him with the
has
little
to be
Spider-Man shit on here.
right.
I'm you no, I just can't with these people. I can't. There's nothing okay with this. I don't even know why this person still has a TikTok.
Right. That's where I think is so weird to me because now it's just so easy for them to be able because like I said,
Right.
how are they coaching? How is he interacting with
Right.
these children? They must have some secret app or something that
Yeah.
like I said, I'm for sure parents are not
Right.
aware that he's coaching their children.
Right. Right. And talk to him. I bet you most of these damn parents where he's coaching don't even check their social media. Don't even give a fuck. And I'm like, one of the things that I periodically did, because social media was coming in mostly with my daughter's kind of generation. And I remember MySpace and Facebook being a thing, but I was on that shit. Like, I'm on it with you, yo, mutual friends, but let me see who your mutual friends are. You know what I mean? If your mutual friends, you 14, that motherfucker says 29, why? you
Right.
know, what is this
Hmm.
grown ass motherfucker on your profile for? I was not playing when it came to that shit. We all gonna have mutual friends and family on this bitch because we're not we're not doing that. Not to say that some kids didn't have, because I had a niece that had like multiple fucking profiles and shit. So some of these kids are gonna do what they do, but you got to be involved for the most
Yeah, it
part.
has a lot to do with because that's like my kids. My kids has never have had Facebook. They're 16
Right,
and when my daughter turned 16 after the day actually of her birthday, she was like, "Mommy, do you think I can get an Instagram now?" Because they
right,
couldn't have any, and
right,
and I'm like, "Why?" But and we had the conversation, me and her father, with her, like, "Why?" And she
right,
explained to us why more of school. She's now going to the 11th grade. A lot of people from her high school they have Instagram, so
right,
she was like, to talk to my coworkers and my school, my classmates and stuff like that. So it made sense. But
right,
in that and she even said, she's like, "Ma, if you want, you can look at it, you can." And I'm like, I see what I try to do is give them enough trust until they fuck it up.
right, right,
You
right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Now, once you fuck it up, then yes, all bets are off.
right,
But until then, I'm gonna let you make your own decisions
right,
because that's another thing. So you have to make your own decisions. I cannot
right,
keep you in a box and shelter you from the world when the world is a cruel ass place with
right.
people like this.
Yeah. I remember even like when my daughter would have her phone and stuff, I'd be like, phone check. I'm like, so you better make sure is anything on there that you about to get your ass whooped. And she would be
Mhm.
like, no. And then I remember even the first couple times I did it, and her friends would speak so fucking ratchet, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Do they know how to speak English? Can you guys speak fucking English? And I would be like, you know what? You better tell them stop cussing in your fucking text messages because your ass gonna get in trouble. And she's like, how am I gonna get in trouble because of what they say? Tell them in your phone. Don't fucking text you with this bullshit because your mom be in
Exactly.
your shit. You
Mhm.
know? And it's crazy because it was crazy. I do believe that when you trust your kids to do the right things, they will. You know, my daughter would text me and be like, "Mom, just say no." Right. And then she'd show up with her friend, and her friend would be like, "And she spent a night and this, that, and the third." And I'm like, not tonight. You know what I mean? Not tonight. You can't. And my daughter would be like, thank you, because
Exactly.
she said that. She was like, "Mom, just say no," and it's like you have that decorum with them. They're gonna do some things that you're gonna be like, all right, phone's done, phone's taken.
Exactly.
And I'm not actually the one who bought her first phone. Her dad actually bought her first phone, trying to be the favorite parent and shit. And it was like, oh yeah, great, buy her a phone at 12 and I got to deal with this shit, but thank you.
Mhm.
But she actually was a really decent kid. She didn't put me through a bunch of craziness. She didn't have a bunch of craziness going on. So I really didn't have problems, with her like that. But I was on it. Phone check.
Yeah, that definitely has a lot to do with it because that's how my kids are too. My kids are really, when it comes to their phones and things like that, because their father does the same thing. He does a thing where whenever he feels like it, he's like, let me see your phone. They have no clue when it's coming or how. So that
Nope.
always, I'm sure, keeps in the back of their mind.
Yep.
Or even, something as simple as, oh, let me see something and be looking at a text and then see something else. So
Right.
I think they always
Right.
know that, like my mom or my dad can ask me for my phone. So
Right.
let me, because that does stay in their head. They do think about when you do give your children some
Right.
freedom to make their own decisions. That shit does click in their head to say, you know what? My mom trusted me enough to not do this. Let me
Right.
not.
Right.
You know?
Right. I would do that. Leave it there, y'all. And that's going to be on the next one
Mm-hmm.
because I was just like, what is wrong with these people? The
Mm-hmm.
world.
So sad when I seen it too. I was like, wow.
It's crazy. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a next one, you guys. All right, we're going to wrap this up and drop us a comment below. Let us know how you guys like the content. Let us know what you guys think about this shit. We want to hear. I know, don't be afraid to get canceled. You're not getting canceled over here. We might get canceled, but you
Right.
you won't get canceled.
Right. This is the place. This is where you can be vocal. You can say your thoughts, your feelings, like share your thoughts. Don't be scared.
Right. And I just be respectful. That's all I ask. Be respectful in the comments, but say what you need to say. It's a safe sound like Jeffrey March. It's a safe place over here. I can't fucking say that shit seriously, you guys. But all right, this is Real Talk Corner. I'm your host, Ariana the Quantum Healer, and my co-host Sabrina in the building. I don't really have an outro yet for this one, so bye.